Well, this is an update on the Shield saga. That's what I'm going to call it because it is a saga. It's really been a real rough time for me. That's why I've been very sad here lately. Can't understand why Sean is acting the way she's acting, but the newest intel says that she has excommunicated me from her family. Well, really from her life. The kids haven't excommunicated me. They want to all see me. And I don't know how Charlie feels. I guess he stands in salute beside her, and he's in agreement with his wife. I guess because that's what he's told me, and so about way before when I tried to talk to him about some stuff. But turns out to be that she does not have no intention, kids, to bring me in your family, to bring me back. She's not going to do it. She doesn't care, and she doesn't want to hear nothing more about me. Um, she's really angry because of how her daughter feels about me, because how her daughter feels about me, she doesn't like it, and that's why she's excommunicated me out of her life, because she doesn't like the fact that her daughter has those feelings for me, and she feels like she'll forget about me if I'm not in the picture. But I don't tell you the truth, that's not going to work. But you keep thinking and dreaming that, but that pipe dream, but it's not going to work because there is real love between us, and it's not a bad love. It's wholesome. There's nothing that's bad that happened, and what the story like I've always said before, is not the real story. It was just a lie, and the reason is because I told her to tell you that lie. I told your daughter to tell you what she told you. Okay? Because you kept on and on and on and on. She didn't want to do it. But she did it because I asked her to. And it's not because I wanted to be out of the family. It's because I knew, Sean, you were on a warpath and you were just fine. You're just bound and determined to get me out of the family one way or the other. And so, me and your daughter had a conversation about 2 weeks before all this happened. And I told her what you said about me, about what you said, the outburst in the van, when you said, "Oh, I know you're in love with my daughter." I told her what you said. And she was really upset. And, she knows how we feel. You know how we feel. But the thing is, we didn't do nothing wrong, and I didn't do nothing wrong to her. And, I told her, well, just tell her what she wants to hear. Tell the truth about what she wants to hear. And that's exactly what she did. And I'm not mad at her because she did that to protect me, but she also did it also because she loves me, and she did it because she wanted you to stop interrogating her, and I wanted her to stop you interrogating her because she didn't do nothing wrong and I didn't do anything wrong. And that's the real truth about it. And you can believe whatever you want. But I'm going to tell you, that's why I did that. It's just like, when there was a tape recorder out here back in November, I knew somebody had a tape recorder out there. I heard it rewinding when they walked away. Someone put a tape recorder outside my door. That's against the law. And someone taped me. That's why I was saying stuff about your daughter. Yeah, I truly said it. Did I do those things? Did I feel that way? No. I made it all up. Why? Because I heard the conversations between you and Barbara. I seen the text. And I knew that was going to go down on that very day. And that's why that happened. And I did not do anything to your daughter. Okay? And that's the truth. You can believe whatever you want because your mind is cement, and that's once you get dead set on something, you stay right on it. But that's not what happened. And nothing happened between me and your daughter except just us talking, and that's it. So, whatever you want to believe, I know in your mind you're going to believe whatever you want because there's some mental illness there. But, I still love you, and I forgive you for, the things you have done. And I forgive you for the person that you are. And I forgive you for the things and I've said this to the Lord. I've just cleared my conscience and mind of it. I don't hate you at all. And I don't hate Charlie, and I don't hate the kids because the kids didn't do anything wrong. And I didn't do anything wrong. But, I don't hate you because of how you are, because you got mental illness. And I understand that. You really do have some mental issues. And, I tried to rationalize this through my head all these 6 or 8 months that we've been apart, and looking at all the information, and it just didn't add up. The story changed 4 times about what happened, and nothing really happened between me and your daughter at all like that. But the story kept changing now. I tell you, it would have been one heck of a blockbuster if it was ever a movie. With the way you tell it now, it keeps changing. It wasn't because of new information. It's just because you just wanted to make it more juicy so you could have more attention and have people feel sorry for you. That's why you did that. It's amazing how you can change a story and you can sit there and lie about it, and yet say that you're perfectly okay when it's just a total bold-faced lie. The whole thing. But you want to know why your daughter don't talk to you? This is the reason why. You want to know why she don't tell you nothing? This is exactly why. And I agree with her 100%. And I didn't tell her to do that. She did that on her own. She put 2 and 2 together. She's no dummy. She's a smart girl. And those boys, they're not talking to you either because of the same thing. Why do you think they all run to daddy? Why do you think they talk to him all the time and not you? And you say, oh, they all hate you. Yeah, they hate you, but really deep down they still love you. But they hate your behavior. That's what they hate you about. They don't really hate you. They hate the way you're acting, how strict and overbearing and smothering you have been all this time, all their life. Interrogating them like they're criminals when they don't need that. They don't need that. They're not criminals. They don't do things wrong to the point where they need to be interrogated every time they have done something. Because they're not that kind of children. They're very well behaved. And I say that because they really are. And you need to realize that. Because if you keep on doing all the things that you're doing because you're so convinced in your twisted mental illness mind, and you think you're right all the time, because you do. You have that assertive attitude about you all the time. You never do anything wrong. That's how you come across to everybody. That's how you come across to me. How you come across to everyone. So, you keep doing those things, Sean, and you're not going to have no family when you grow up. They're just going to come see daddy and say hi to you and horse hug you because you're their mother, but that's about it. As far as, around the table goes, they're going to talk more to their daddy than you. And, you don't want me around in the family or back in the family because you know how your daughter feels about me. I know how she feels about me. But you know what? I really do love your daughter. And I'm not going to do no harm to her, and I haven't done anything to her. And I will never harm her. But the thing for you to say, that thing, the accusation, and to put me in that category is just so very wrong. I tell you what, if there's any charges, if I wasn't a decent Christian man, and as far as charges go, I think it would be you that would be under arrest because of the things that you have said that were not true and the things that you have done to me that are not true. But you know what? I'm not going to arrest you either because I know we're Christians and I know in time, one way or another, we're going to work this out and it's going to be good. And you know what? Whatever happens with me and your daughter is all between me and her and God, and it's in her heart. And that's all that really matters. Because I do love her. And I don't want to harm her. I just want to help her, take care of her when she grows up. That's all. And just have a good life and have some pretty children from her. And have a family with her one day. That's what I want to do because I really love her. And it's not sick or nothing. It really isn't. I don't have no sick thoughts about her at all. I'm a Christian. I'm a preacher, for crying out loud. And for you to say these things has been really damaging to my reputation. And has been really damaging to my business. As it's really been damaging to me in the community. But the thing is, I let people know these things on the internet because I can't talk to you face to face, Sean, because of the way you're acting. But if I could, I would tell you this in person. So, we will just resort to these video lessons or chapters for now until a new line of communication can be restored and established. But this is the only line that we have that's available right now. But, I'm willing to share the story because a lot of people like the stories because they are true, but they are interesting. So, as long as there's stories to tell, there will be people wanting to hear them or read them. And since this story is a true story, that makes it even more interesting. But the thing is, I still love you, Sean. It doesn't matter what happens. I accept you for who you are. I always have. I've told you this. I don't have nothing bad or disparaging against you, but I just wish you would really reconsider and let me be with your daughter when she grows up, and let me have her blessing when it comes time when she gets older so I can be with her. And I hope that you will change your heart and not excommunicate me from the family, because that's why a lot of the stuff is happening, because the kids are not in agreement with you, and they don't like it because it wasn't the truth to begin with, and they all know that. All of them know it. So that's why they want me back in the family. Of course it's never going to be the same between me and you, but you know what, Sean, you always got to start with the trust, and you have to rebuild it. But once it gets rebuilt, it will get a lot better over time. But it's going to take time, just like with your kids. It's going to take time for them to come back to you and talk to you, if you change. But I don't know if you will. But miracles happen every day, right? I hope you do, for your sake and for your kids' sake, so you'll have that bond that you always talk about, that you don't really have with them, that you tell me of, that you've told me about over and over. You want that bond. But if you want that bond, you need to change your attitude and change the way you're doing things with your children, because that's why they don't talk to you or don't share anything with you. You know what to do. I'll see you later. Take care.